Yeah, it's many obstacles that come against the greatness. It's plenty media contributing to fakeness. It's some teammates that don't want to see you make it. Is that a mask or do you just got to face it? Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Please tell me you saw that. Please tell me you saw what I saw. The Golden State Warriors. Shield. My pick to go to the championship. Did y'all just see that? They just dismantled Denver. Man, they just did them in. Listen, let me tell you something. Hey, God bless the souls of whoever has to try to guard Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Jordan Poole. And then you add Wiggins and Draymond. We going to the ship. We going to the ship. We going to the ship. Golden State Warriors! Going to the championship, baby. Hey, listen, I know that may be a little too soon, but I said what I said. I said what I said, man. Golden State is going to the finals. They are on a collision course with Phoenix, but I'm going to tell you something, man. I know Denver is missing some pieces, but tell me who's going to defend three perimeter guys like that when they're on the court together. Please tell me. I'll wait. Nobody. Listen, let me tell you. Jordan Poole is the first rookie to have, I'm sorry, not the first rookie, but Jordan Poole is the first player in NBA history to have 10 threes within their first two games. Their first playoff games. Did y'all see him? Did y'all see him play? Are y'all watching what I'm watching? Like, the dude got the wiggle. He got the stop and goes. He got the up and under. Listen, not only can he shoot as good as Klay and Steph, but he has their range as well. He's shooting from the parking lot too. Listen, you no longer can meet Steph Curry in the parking lot to guard him from the parking lot. You got to bring about 3 or 4 buddies with you for Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson. Listen, man. Jordan Poole with 29, Klay with 21. Klay 3 for 8 from 3. Jordan Poole 5 of 10 from 3. All right, Steph Curry 5 of 10 from. You got 2 guys on the same team 5 of 10 from 3. Listen, good luck. Listen, and they only scored 126, and I say only 126 because Klay could have easily hit a couple more shots. He was only 9 of 19. Listen, man. Look, I don't know how anybody gonna stop him. I understand. Listen, all right, let's look past Denver. This series is over. Memphis, bunch of young guns. Listen, they not ready. Phoenix, they got Bridges and Booker and Paul and Crowder that can guard the perimeter. But listen, when you throw Wiggins into the mix and Draymond, I'm finna tell you something. Jokic is one of Draymond's hardest assignments, period. Ayton, he ain't Jokic. Don't get me wrong. Ayton is really, really good, but he's a bit more thinner. And when Draymond goes up against, I'm not saying that Ayton is small. He's just a bit more thinner. Well, actually a lot more thinner than Jokic. Jokic is, Listen, for Draymond to be able to guard Jokic, now I don't expect the same thing when they go to Denver. I expect the refs to call it close. I expect Draymond to get a bunch more fouls. But listen, look, man, Golden State, they just look good. I'm sorry, the ball movement, man, it was like the Globetrotters. Did y'all see the behind the back that Poole was throwing? And Steph, they was like, Listen, I'm telling you, mark my words. Unless it don't happen, then unmark them. But mark my words, Golden State Warriors going to the championship, man. I seen all I need to see. And I understand it's Denver. They may not have the perimeter guys to stop those guys. But tell me who do. Boston? I give you Boston. But again, no matter how many defenders you got, Golden State just got one too many. They just got one too many. Listen, Do I need to say any more about this game? I just hope y'all watched it. They are on fire, and Steph is still coming off the bench. Listen, Steve Kerr got a big decision to make. Here's what I think Steve Kerr really want to do. I think he wants to bring Andrew Wiggins off the bench. I think he wants to start Jordan Poole and bring Wiggins off the bench. But the problem with that is, if you bring Wiggins, probably already feel like the fifth or sixth wheel. Certainly, at least the fifth wheel between Clay, Steph, Poole, and Draymond. Listen, if you bring Wiggins off the bench, I think I wouldn't be worried about it because I think he'll be okay. But I think Steve Kerr is worried about Wiggins losing his confidence. I don't think it's the defense anymore because Wiggins is a better defender than Poole. But Poole plays good enough defense. All right. But I think, okay, do you want to hurt the confidence of Andrew Wiggins? But to me, the more important thing is I gotta ride this wave with Jordan Poole. I don't want to bring him off the bench. I need him to get at least 30 minutes a game. Listen, Jokic, Denver was frustrated. Jokic wanted that second tech. He was like, ref, please get me up out of here. You letting Draymond Green foul me everywhere. The splash party done came to town. They hitting threes everywhere. Jokic ain't want none of that. Jokic, he got his second tech and he got thrown out of there. You got DeMarcus Cousins getting into it with Will Barton, I believe, on the sidelines. They was just discombobulated. Like Coach Mike Malone said after the game, he was like, man, you just whoosh. You just look up and it feel like in a matter of seconds, like they up on you, 15, 20. And then they in cruise control from there. Jokic, he had a pretty good game, man. He was bullying inside in the first quarter, or the first half, really. He had 26, 8 for 8. You know, but man, you just gotta, they gonna be bombing threes, man, and you just gotta do a bit more. You know what I'm saying? Denver, they just ain't got enough. Man, I don't even really know what else much to say about that game other than, man, you had to watch it. All right, let's go to Philadelphia, where they took on Toronto, man. Another player went down in Toronto. Gary Trent Jr. went down during the game. Toronto already probably didn't have enough. Now they losing bodies. They lost Gary Trent. Their rookie, Scotty Barnes, didn't play this game. Yeah, man, it's just tough. It's just tough. They're just dealing with injuries right now. This series is over as well, especially with the injuries. Not only are you undermanned, but it just kills your spirit. But let me talk about Tyrese Maxey, though, for Philly. Listen, every time I look up at my TV, he's making an electrifying play. Listen, this kid is taking so much pressure off of James Harden. So much pressure off of him because James can really just say, hey, well, he's our second scorer. I can sit back and let Tobias Harris be our third scorer. And, hey, I can facilitate. And by all means, I think that's what Harden should do anyway. If you missed my first episode, Harden, I believe, is washed. He had a pretty good game. Well, I mean, he was 3 for 9 from the field. 1 of 4 from 3-point. 7-8 from the free throw line, though. He'll hit them free throws. But Harden just doesn't look the same, man. He has moments. He has glimpses in some games. He has moments in some games, but he's just not the same, all right? Joel Embiid, monster game with 31. Bullying him inside. 12 for 14 free throws. 9 of 16 field goals. Only shot 2 threes, and he made one of them. That's real good. Only shot 2 threes. Danny Green finally showed up once, like he does once in every blue moon. He was 3 for 9 from the 3-point. It seemed like every game he airballs a 3 or something. But I'm not sure he did this game. Tobias Harris got 20 points. This is what I need to see out of Tobias. Because I like Philadelphia in the East. I don't think they're coming out of the East, but I wish they would. Listen, the scoring order got to be Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and then Tobias Harris. Here's my question about Tobias Harris. He had a really, really good 2 first games. He had 20, game 2, game 1. I believe he had 26, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there. 24, 26, somewhere around there. My issue with Tobias Harris is, are you going to do that against Miami? Are you going to do that against Milwaukee? Like, this is Toronto, and they're down some players. I need you to have that same energy when you play Miami next round. That's my issue with Tobias. It seems like he's not aggressive enough. You can kind of move him off his spot. If Tobias, Joel gonna get you about 30 every game. All right, if Maxey can stay in that 22 to 24 range, something like that, like Tobias got to at least give you 20 as well. Because James Harden, I don't think he's going to reach 20 that much. I mean, again, he had 14 points. His plus or minus, he was plus 17. So, I mean, but he had 5 turnovers. He had 6 assists, 6 rebounds. Yeah. The Sixers just don't have a lot on their bench. That's their issue. You had Niang with 5, Thibault with 5, and Shake Milton with 3. They just don't have a lot on their bench, man. And that's what puts even more pressure on Harden, Maxey, and Harris, really. And, of course, Joel Embiid. That game wasn't really a contest. I mean, Toronto only scored 19 in the second and third quarters. Philly scored 17 in the fourth quarter, which is why the score looked a lot closer. It still showed they lost by 15, but it wasn't that close. There's nothing much to talk about there. Utah and Dallas. Listen, Utah. Listen, is my mic on? Utah. Break it up, man. Break it up. I said what I said. Break it up. Break it up. Listen. Y'all got to break it up. It's not going to work. Luka's not on the floor. You almost lost game 1. Now it's game 2. And you mean to tell me you lose the game? You lose by 6. All right. You had them by 7 at halftime. I think about 7 points at halftime. So you had a lead on them. They outscore you 23-33 in the fourth quarter without Luka Doncic. This is ridiculous. Like, they have Dallas had a NBA playoffs record for 17 uncontested threes. 17 uncontested threes. You know, it's always been a lot of speculation of why Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell been getting into it. I don't know their relationship, but I'll take a guess. I'll take a shot at it. The man never runs out on any threes, or if he does, it's just too late, and it's just all for show at that point. Rudy Gobert, I'm talking about. Great defensive player of the year candidate, year by year. But, man, when it comes to on the perimeter, like the dude is like Shaq. He does not want to be out there on the pick and roll. Sorry, Shaq, but, you know, you admit it. He does not want to be out there on the pick and roll. You get Rudy Gobert in the pick and roll, you get a wide open 3. Dallas Mavericks, again, I repeat, 17 uncontested threes. You watch the highlights, it's all Rudy Gobert. Not all, but mostly Rudy Gobert not getting out there on the 3, man. Listen, Snyder, Utah Jazz coach, Quinn Snyder, you're going to have to go small. You're going to have to treat, I'm sorry, I know he's defensive player of the year candidate, but you're going to have to treat Gobert like Golden State treat Kevon Looney. Get him in there, start him the first 5 minutes, take him out and go small ball the rest of the half. Look, because that's how they beating you. He's not going out there on the screens. If he's playing against Jokic, okay. If he's playing against, I don't even know if they'd be playing against Phoenix if he's going to be good for Aiden. Like, if they make it past Dallas. If Luka don't come back at all this series, Utah still has a shot. If Luka come back, they ain't got a shot. They can't beat him without Luka. This is a horrible loss. They got to break this team up. Period. Whether they make it past Dallas, and the only way they do that is Luka don't play any more games. But even if they make it past, the way Utah look in Phoenix is going to sweep them in dramatic fashion. They ain't got nothing for Phoenix right now. Like Utah, I'm so disappointed, and I really, really like Donovan Mitchell. Listen. Jalen Brunson had 41 points. Excuse me. Where's the defense? Hello? Where's the defense? He was 6 of 10 from 3. 41 points. Jalen Brunson. Not Kyrie Irving. Not Steph Curry. Okay? Not Jamal Murray. All right? Not Luka Doncic. Okay? Not Kevin Durant. All right? Not Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. No, not them. Nope, not Donovan Mitchell. Nope, not him either. Nope. Nope, not Klay Thompson. Nope, not Devin Booker. Nope, not Ja Morant. Nope, not Giannis. Nope. Jalen Brunson. 41 points. Listen, man. Listen, Linda. Utah Jazz, you're Linda now, okay? Listen, Linda. Jalen Brunson cannot have... The only 41 points Jalen Brunson should be able to get is for the whole entire series. Like, it's sad, man. It's sad. And then you let Kleber get 25. Kleber got 8 threes. Jalen Brunson got 6 threes. I mean, listen. Defensively, they just not there. Quinn Snyder needs them a defensive coordinator or something because they should be able to play defense between Worth O'Neal, Rudy Gobert, Conley, and Mitchell. Like, y'all just got to play better defense. Mitchell had he had a nice game. 13 of 30. A little, inefficient. 3 of 10 from 3, but he got to carry such a big load on the offensive end. He had 34 points. Listen, Gobert had 17 rebounds, right? But that also lets you know that they were small. He got that many rebounds. Can't keep him out there on the court, Quinn Snyder. Bogdanovich, 25 points. I mean, offensively, they had 104. I mean, you got 21 from Clarkson off the bench. They need more from Daniel House and Hassan Whiteside. Y'all got to give them more than that. Listen, Daniel House is used to playing small ball from in Houston with James Harden and Chris Paul. Put Daniel House in there. Let him play 30 minutes. Take Rudy Gobert out. Gobert played 37 minutes. That's too many minutes for him in this series. Matter of fact, Whiteside might not see any minutes. All right? But you got Eric Pascal on your bench, former Golden State Warrior. And the way they shining right now, anybody that used to play for Golden State, I'm playing them. All right? Utah, I'm disappointed. There's no way you're going to beat Phoenix next round if you even make it past Dallas without Luka. And I don't think Luka is coming back. And to be honest, if I'm Dallas, I can rest them one more game. I can afford to go down 1-2 in Utah. Because even if they win game 4 as well, if I'm Luka, I got enough confidence I can win 3 in a row against this team. They don't play any defense. None. All right, y'all. That was an eventful first half of the show. We about to take a quick break real quick. When we get back, we will discuss yesterday's game, Sunday. We also will discuss tomorrow night's game, Tuesday night's games. You know what I'm saying? We got some big games coming up. So let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back at you. All right. We back. All right, I said what I said. Sports, we back. Y'all remember to hit me up in the DM, in the inboxes, in the comments. Y'all hit me up. If y'all want to argue, y'all disagree with some of my point of views, y'all don't like how I say it with my chest, y'all hit me up. Hey, let's get involved. You know what I'm saying? Let's get involved. Let's get you on the show if that's what you really want. If you want the smoke, like Ja Morant said, I'm coming up the chimney for it. All right? Listen here. Let's get into the games yesterday, man. Sunday, the Heat blew out the Hawks. Not really much to talk about there. Trae Young struggled, and if Trae Young struggled, that's a wrap for the Hawks. That's a wrap, all right? That's a wrap like a burrito. That's a wrap, all right? Listen, Trae Young struggled. Listen, he led the NBA, not in point average or assist average, but in total points, in total assists. He led his team. He led the whole NBA in both categories. If he's struggling, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. All right? Miami, they put the clamps on him. I do it. Listen, Trae Young, look, let me tell you something. When the Hawks on draft day traded Doncic for Trae Young, I thought they was stupidest. I was just like, that's typical Hawk stuff. That's my hometown team, Atlanta. And that's what the type of stuff that they do. And because of how quick Doncic got out the gates, even before he did that, I said, man, this dude is going to be an all-time great. You can look at him and tell. Everybody was like, oh, he's coming from Europe, whatever. We don't know if his game translates. The man was a professional at 16 years old. I don't care what industry you in. I don't care what you got to adjust to, what country you got to go to. The dude knew how to be a professional. Atlanta ain't believe in him like that. They got Trae Young. I was like, stupid move. But let me tell you something. As good as Luka Doncic is and as well as he plays in the playoffs, Trae Young made it to the conference finals last year. Doncic has yet to get his team past the second round, I believe. I don't know if he's been past the first round. I don't think he's been past the first round. And yes, the pieces around here could be better, but look at the pieces Trae Young got in Atlanta. I mean, they was the 10th seed or 9th or 10th seed this year. I believe the 9th seed. So it's not like Trae Young got a lot of great pieces. They look great now because of how good Trae Young is, same as Luka Doncic. And Trae Young is in a tougher conference, at least now. The East is a little bit tougher. So, look, as big as Doncic is, and I still would like to have Doncic because he's big, and typically in the NBA, I mean, it's a tall man's game. The bigger the body, man, the better it is in the playoffs. And you know, Trae Young is miniature, you know, in relation. But Trae Young is a big game baller. He's a big game baller. All right? He's a big game baller. All right? And I expect him to bounce back. I don't expect Miami to be able to do that to him the whole series. Whether he bounces back in Atlanta or Miami, I expect him to bounce back. But that series still will be over in 5 or 6. Bulls, Bucks, Bulls, Bucks, schmucks. There's nothing really much to talk about here. I mean, Chicago came back. They had to leave. I think the Bucks are going to get extremely bored in this series, and so Chicago might steal a game or two, but I think it's more so the Bucks boredom. Suns, Pelicans. Suns, Pelicans. Okay, moving on. Listen, Celtics and Nets. I must admit, I came on here a couple days ago and I was talking a lot of crap about Brooklyn. Listen, I got to admit, they looked a lot better than I thought. Now, Kyrie had a great game. Kevin Durant struggled in the first half. They was taking his lunch money. Every time he drove to the basket, they was just stealing the ball. He did not bring the physicality. He didn't bring the physicality. But Kyrie played great. I was surprised that the Celtics only won by 1, and they could have lost that game. I'm not going to lie. I saw a real competitive side to Brooklyn. Not just Kyrie and KD, but everybody else. I still think Seth Curry, man, he got to go off. Like, Seth Curry got to have a game where he hits 25. Now, I'm still confident that Boston will win the series, and the reason why is because I just feel like their main core players are going to be more consistent, and they got more of them, all right? So, for instance, you know, you can look at this game two ways. You can say, well, Durant didn't play that good, and they still only lost by 1 point. If he plays a little bit better, then they beat the Celtics. But the other way you can look at it is Durant is going to play better. Is Kyrie going to get you a 39? Is he going to get you a 39 every game? Nah, I doubt it. Kyrie is due for a bad shooting game. He's going to have a game where he shoot like 5 for 20, all right, with 20 points. So I think that there'll be some games where Kyrie and Durant both go nuclear, and they'll probably win those games. But the other games, it really, Celtics only got to win 3 more. So in 3 of those games, I believe that it's going to be one of them going off and the other one struggling. I expect KD to come back. I do. But I ain't going to lie, Brooklyn, they surprised me. I thought Celtics would have a more easier win. We'll see what game 2 looks like. Kyrie's going to be motivated. The fans getting at him. He got fined for, you know, shooting the middle finger at the fans, which, I mean, they were yelling crazy, vulgar stuff at him. And KD is going to be fired up just because, you know, he didn't play so great in the first half. So we'll see. That is going to be a very interesting game, too. That won't come until Wednesday night. Jason Tatum, I'll be remiss to not mention his name. 31 points, Guarded KD. He blocked KD's shot on one sequence. That last sequence where KD went up for the shot. Great contest on that shot. And listen, that last sequence where Tatum got the layup, Jaylen Brown, he gets the ball. He starts to push it up. And the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, go. Beat him to your right. Beat him to your right, because I felt like he had the leverage. And that's what Jaylen Brown tried to do. He recovered good. And I was like, okay, pass the ball. And he held on to it for a little longer. Jaylen Brown wanted to take that shot. Like, after he got cut off, you seen him searching for the shot. But they had played so good defense on him, he had to pass it out. Jaylen Brown was going to take that shot. It was going to be a bad one. So I'm glad he had enough wherewithal to pass it out. Marcus Smart, the old Marcus Smart, would have probably shot the shot. He knew he had a little bit more time. Pump faked a little bit, get him between the defenders. Jason Tatum, the wisdom to cut at the right time. Cuts, get the ball, does a pirouette, whatever you call it. Just little ballerina spin right around Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving kind of grabbed him a little bit. Could have been a foul, but scores at the buzzer. That was probably the most exciting game so far of the playoffs. All right. Next game. Next playoff day. We got a Tuesday, tomorrow night. Listen. Miami Heat, Atlanta Hawks. As I said before, that'll be interesting to see if how Trae Young bounces back. And I do. The thing about Trae Young is, because he's a little bit frail and smaller in stature, you think you can punk him, but you can't. He got some fire in him, and so that'll be very interesting. The late game, I'll get to Minnesota and Memphis in a second. The late game is the Suns and Pelicans. Anyway, moving on. Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves. This going to be a big one right here, baby. It's going to be a big one. Now, I hear a lot of pundits. I hear a lot of people on TV saying, oh, this is a must-win for Memphis. This is a must-win. I don't really think so. I'm sorry. I'm pulling for Minnesota to win. Not that I don't like Memphis, but it's just because I like Golden State, and Golden State, it'll just be an easier matchup for them against the Timberwolves, all right? But listen, I think I'm not so confident in Minnesota that if they go up 2-0 on the Grizzlies, that the Grizzlies can't come back. Yeah, I know the Grizzlies are young, and Minnesota got some vets when you talk about Pat Beverly, when you talk about Karl Anthony Towns, when you talk about D'Angelo Russell. Okay, the coach is a very, very nice coach. I know they got some vets. But the only one out of those guys that know how to win or get past the first round is Patrick Beverly, okay? And secondly, again, that's just three of them. I don't think just if they go up 2-0 on Memphis that the series is over. I definitely think Memphis can come back. I want Minnesota to win, but that's very reluctant. Like, they got to show me. Minnesota is showing a lot of mental toughness right now, but I got to see that for a long, extended period of time. I can't just see that for a play-in game in game one and think, oh, they good and gravy. Nah, I got to see that for a long, extended period of time. So we'll see. I expect Minnesota to relax. I expect Memphis to come in there on fire. Listen, Ja Morant, Dylan Brooks, okay, Baines, all right, Jackson. Listen, Steven Adams, Tyus Jones coming off the bench. I expect them to come out guns blazing. I expect them to come out like Quick Draw McGraw and doop, doop, doop. I expect them to come out guns blazing. And I expect them to win. And not only do I expect them to come out like that, I expect Minnesota to fall back a little bit. I expect they just strike me as a team. They're not really that hungry. Like Anthony Edwards, they appear to be hungry now because Patrick Beverley done put a batter in everybody back. Anthony Edwards, if he can keep this up, my issue with Anthony Edwards in the regular season is he didn't keep this aggressiveness up for long stretches. So again, the play-in game, first playoff game, the energy is there. His brute force. He's basically looking at whoever. He said after game one they was scared to guard me, and I get what he's saying. He's big. They don't want to get hit by that shoulder. You know what I'm saying? When he lean on you or go, he's able to. Man, he got a pretty jumper, man. It's funny because he don't look like the type of player that can shoot. He can shoot. All right. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully that's a good game. Hopefully Minnesota don't just fold because they won game one. I hope it's a good game. I do expect Memphis to win. I expect them to win the series, although I'm pulling for Minnesota Timberwolves. All right. Man, let's get into some other news real quick. Baker Mayfield, Robbie Anderson. So reports came out that Carolina are the front runners in getting Baker Mayfield, and Robbie Anderson, the wide receiver, said no. That's what he posted on, I believe it was Twitter. Literally, it was in. No, we do not want Baker here. No Baker. Robbie Anderson, he's not exactly a top 10 receiver. So I don't know if he got that much clout. Well, I know he doesn't. But it just goes to show it's some stuff going on behind the scenes with Baker Mayfield. Because it just don't seem like people want to play with him. It doesn't seem teams want to hire him. I wish nothing but the best from him. But, I mean, he's an average quarterback. He'll go somewhere, compete for a job. But I just thought that was funny. What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? You're a professional player. You're going to a team, and that player, and one of the best players on the team, he's not one of the best receivers in the league, but he's one of the best players on the Panthers. The Panthers? The Panthers? Who are the Panthers? Who he play for? We need to do an NFL version of what Shaq and Kenny and Chuck and them do on Inside the NBA. Who he play for? You put up anybody on Carolina, if it ain't Christian McCaffrey or Robbie Anderson or heck, Sam Darnold. I almost forgot him just now. But, hey, we put pictures of anybody else up and who he play for. Ain't nobody going to know. The Panthers. Listen, Baker Mayfield on the Panthers, that's probably what he need because he'll fly on the radar. Ain't nobody paying attention to them Panthers. Get out of here. I said what I said. All right. Listen, y'all. It's getting late. I enjoyed y'all time. I enjoy speaking to y'all. Listen, like I said, y'all don't like what I got to say. Y'all can hit me up. We can argue about it. You can get on the show. It's whatever you want to do, baby. But this concludes another episode of I Said What I Said. We're going to get back at you later in the week for some more playoff games, for some more sports news. Warriors, come out and play it. Ha! Peace.